What a day in markets. We dipped a little bit lower mid-session than the previous low here. Didn't quite get to the level, and then look at these stacked candles at the end of the session, 0.77 and then 1% sequentially pushing us back above the 55 EMA, back above the 591 level. Are we going to get any continuations off of this? Potentially. This huge volume here says maybe we did get some shorts closing on this sell here. So overall, really good close, but let's take a quick look at the charts as we head into the weekend. Do me a quick favor and like and subscribe and watch the video till the end to help out the channel, and let's get started. In news today, we got Trump and Zelensky meeting in the Oval Office, and it was a bit of a dumpster fire. They got into a shouting match saying that Zelensky is not ready for peace. He wants no negotiations or ceding of territory. He's also concerned that Russia might violate any ceasefires, which is fair. I think they have in the past. But either way, he said they're not ready for peace and basically threw him out of the Oval Office. Doesn't have a huge impact on markets. Markets did move down kind of on the news of it, but then we rallied into the close, so probably not a huge impact, just something interesting happening. Moving over to fear and greed, finished at a 20 from an 18. Very, very little change. We did get a little bit of a bounce here. Still extreme fear on pretty much every metric. Breadth trending towards that level, but not quite there yet. Put call ratio, huge up move to 0.8. Still think this could go to 0.9 somewhere in here, but extreme fear already. Volatility neutral, but I would say it's a little bit elevated. It's been elevated. We're kind of at these peaks. We'll see what it did later. Safe haven demand continues to crater as bonds outperform, and then junk bonds still in regular fear, basically flat here today. Looking at the economic calendar, PCE core and headline came in line with expectations. That is better than the previous. The CPI and the PPI both came in hotter on the last iteration, so this being in line is a little bit better. Personal spending going down a little bit. That's concerning. Chicago PMI also a little better than expectation, so that's good. Atlanta Fed GDP for Q1, minus 1.5. Surprised that's not a little bit more in the news. We'll see if it gets updated over the next couple iterations, but at least inflation seems to be cooling, or at least in line with expectations for now. And then quick look at the charts here to close out the week. You can see we came to that 585 level yesterday, closed below it. If we went lower, I thought we were going to hit 579.78. That was the next target to the downside. The 144 EMA is there, but we came up short. The low of day was 582.44 right here. We did get this gap fill, so maybe that's what's propping up markets a little bit. Came up just a little bit short of it, and then we touched it here on this candle, caught a bounce. Momentum stepping back to bullish, so that's exciting. That's a little bit more of a bullish indicator. Obviously, we saw the really strong push at the end of the week. Is it going to continue to the next level, 599.64? Certainly could make an argument for it. That was the consolidation high here. It's been an important level on our charts for a while, so either way, everything looks very short-term bullish. Moving over to the Tasty charts here, you can see we're right at that 89 EMA right there, which is currently sitting at 594.64. If it's going to reject, this is a pretty interesting zone. You can also see that upper ATR band sitting right there as well at 594.94, so just a smidgen higher. You are in bullish conditions. We flipped the bullish conditions on the last candle, so we'll see if that ends up holding. Your trailing stop right now is 587.07. Moving over to the Qs here, you can see we did get an update, but it wasn't as strong. We didn't engulf as much of that previous day's candle. It still was 1.58%. We did hit the 144 EMA. That's what we were looking for here on the Qs chart. Touched the level, 498.44. We came up just short of it yesterday, touched it here today, overthrew that 144 and ended up bouncing. The momentum didn't step the same way the SPY charts did, but either way, it still looks good. Let's extend this out. Did we touch that? No, not quite. So we didn't quite hit that trend line. Either way, though, we're back above 503.52. I ended up buying at that level, looking for the push to 509.74. Didn't quite get there, but we're almost there, and I think we'll probably go, at least on the Monday session. 55 EMA could be resistance on the hourly. That is at 510.25, but want to see it push through there. Maybe get a little bit more retracement. We'll probably see resistance around this 512.20 area. The consolidation lows here from Tuesday the 25th and Wednesday the 26th. So in here is going to be a zone of resistance. We'll see if we can push through there or not. Either way, it looks good in the short term. And then looking at the Tasty charts here for the Qs, you can see this low consolidation from yesterday, dipped below it there, then big spike on the volume into the close, pushed through that 34 EMA, looking for the 55 just above us at 509.63. And then the upper ATR band right now is 510.82. So we're going to see if we can get to that level on the Monday. Momentum bullish on the volume weighted MACD as well. And you can see trailing stop, bullish conditions. Right now, 501.35 is the level. And you can see I bought those shares here at 503.59, just a couple of cents after that level broke to the upside. So far so good. We'll see if we get any follow through into the Monday. Moving over to the Russell and the Dow, both of these had a really strong push today as well, 1% and 1.39%. The Russell did find resistance at 214.79. That's the zone we're watching for your next resistance. Over through to the trend, just like we talked about yesterday, momentum stepping to bullish, expecting a little bit more movement here. And then you can see gapped up back above that 432 level, retested the level, held it during the session, and then rallied into the close. So pretty good, actually. We've been holding the zone. We did get the little fake out yesterday, and then we ended up holding it back here today. So we'll see if the Dow can push to that 441.43 area. That's going to be your next resistance. You also got the gap fill back here to the 20th. I think we'll probably get both of those over the next couple days. Moving over to the Mag 7. The Mag 7 threw a huge wick to the next level at 290.65. That was the next low if we were to break the 144, and we did. We touched that level and ended up bouncing. We opened at the 144, bounced right to the trend. So now this kind of looks like a breakdown retest. If this rejects from here on the Monday and pushes lower, that is going to be a huge negative. But for now, we touched the level and bounced. We touched the 144 and bounced. Need to see it get through this trend and push to 305.25 is your next level. And then if we get through there, the 9 would be at 311.45. Moving over to Apple and Microsoft. Apple had a good day, almost 2% there. Microsoft, 1.14%. Everything through huge wicks. Look at Apple pushing all the way to the 230 level, 230.28 from top to bottom. That was about a 4.5%, almost 5% move there on Apple. So huge intraday move. Apple sold off to this consolidation, round trip the move. Now we're waiting to see if we can push back to the trend here at 253.50 or not. The next level above that is 260.10. Overall looks good though. And then you got Microsoft pushing to that next level as well, 388.03. After the break below the level yesterday, ended up getting back above it here. So if you bought at 394.22, totally get it. But make sure you are short term in this trading. Still very much a downtrend if you're trying to take it to the long side. Push to the 9, maybe the 21. We'll see somewhere between 404 and 408. Then in here, I would expect some profits to be taken at this kind of consolidation low. So again, short term, I like it. Anything longer than that, I would be cautious. Moving over to NVIDIA and Tesla. You can see Tesla hit the 200 like we thought that it would, hit the level 280.06 like we thought it would, and now we're bouncing a little bit, engulfed the previous candle. Probably going to push back to that 302 area, and then NVIDIA, nice candle there as well. Almost 4%. Hit the key level, 116.70. That was our next level to the downside after the close yesterday. Touched that level and bounced immediately right back to 124.69. So still some buyers in here. Does that mean we're going to hold this double bottom? Not necessarily. We could hit this trend, reject from this zone of resistance in here around 127, and then push back to the trends in here around 112.30 or so. Absolutely could happen. But for now, it does look short-term bullish. Moving over to staples and discretionaries, both of these had a nice little positive day. Discretionaries did end up bouncing off of the trend here back to that 215.06 level. That was the trend we were watching. Closed below it yesterday, got back above it pretty quickly here today, and then rallied through back above 215. We were super extended. We've been talking about it. How much of a retracement are we going to get? It's hard to say. I could see 221.20 in this kind of zone here being resistance. We'll see. And then looking at staples, nice move there. 1.3%. Got back above 82.53, touched the level, and then continued here, closing pretty close to the highs. Want to see it push above 83.43. Moving over to breadth. If it was going to bounce, it really had to do it today, and sure enough, we did. So the 20 pushed back into this consolidation. We're still below the 21, but still above the 55. Momentum neutralized RSI back above the SMA. Are we going to get a little bit of a resumption here? Certainly possible. And then this was the concerning one, the 50-day with this double top here. You had the low. Was it going to push through there? It touched it briefly and then ended up bouncing, momentum stepping back to bullish. So for now, we're saying all clear back above 52.82. Can it push to 62.25? That's the next zone. And right now it looks like it could. And if we do get that push, we should see stocks recover pretty substantially, in my opinion. Moving over to the dollar continues to be on a rocket ship over the last 2 days. Very briefly tested the 21, continued to go higher here. Big close, up another quarter. Interesting to see the dollar and stocks rally today. That's not super common, but looking to push to that 55 EMA with the 21 break here. Momentum bullish, RSI bullish. We'll see if both stocks and equities can continue to move bullishly into the Monday. That'll definitely be interesting. Moving over to bonds, JNK and TLT both had really nice days, up a quarter and 1.23%. TLT pushing higher dramatically. This continues to be a nice move. We've been talking about it. We talked about it through here. We went a little deeper than we thought we would. Consolidation in here, continued to buy. Been saying it, but now we're starting to get into a zone of resistance at the 92.82 area. We'll see if it rejects off here, if it pushes through to that 96.50 area. So far, it is a low, lower low. We're going to see if we get a high, lower high, or if it's going to continue through this zone. Maybe double top in the 94.50 area potentially. Almost overbought, so I wouldn't jump in at this point. It's been a run. You had to really buy it between the 86 and 87, maybe as much as 88 in here. But once we broke 89, that was kind of the trigger for this move. So far, so good, but like I said, it does seem a little extended in the short term. Moving over to my accounts, I managed to make a little bit of money. Once again, it says 288. I think that's pretty accurate. I think I made around 288 on the day. Made money on the Roth, sold a put here that's in profit. Didn't want to be too aggressive with it. There's still about $50 left on it. We'll see how that plays for the Monday. And then I did buy some shares on the break. You can see the buy price there, 503.59, just past the level. I sold the 505 call for the Tuesday session for $4 credit. So that gives me a max profit for Tuesday at 509. We're almost there. It was a way more aggressive move than I thought it was going to be. I'm okay with that though. Right now there's $400 loss on it. That'll come in over the next 2 days of trading. And then if we do get that max profit, that's up about another $1 from the close price, about 75 cents here after hours. Either way, totally fine with all of that money coming in over the next 2 days. I can be patient. Certainly a possibility that we see a rejection, and I don't want to get too overextended to the bull side. So want to see a little bit more confirmation to the upside if I'm going to get more bullish. Right now I'm going to be patient. Pretty bullish on it, but not crazy. Let me know down in the comments section what you thought of the Trump-Zelensky interview. How do you think that's going to go in the future? Otherwise, what do you think of the move right at the end of the session? Huge up move. Can stocks continue in that direction or not? Let me know. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. Good luck in your trading and have a great day.